So how was PAX, fellas?
You tell us. You were there.
I was there.
I wasn't.
My favorite booth was the. I'll go with a safe one. Final Fantasy 14. They're there every year, so that was my favorite one.
Can you believe that new DLC they were teasing?
Mm-hmm. That new expansion pack
and those freebies they were giving out.
All of them. I collected every single one of them. Got them in my tote bag that I totally have. On the plane that I totally boarded.
You sure did.
I'm glad it wasn't a Boeing. Am I right, fellas?
Oh,
Got
geez,
him.
too soon.
I've just dated this podcast.
Welcome to episode 52.
52? Oh my god.
What?
Wow. That's a lot of podcasts.
We're not that old.
Yeah,
Yes.
52. Yeah, 52.
That's where
This is
we're at.
only our second cast of the year so far, apparently.
Wow.
Hey, that's more than usual. We're only in March. We've already done 2? Damn.
Apparently.
It's pretty good.
We've almost got enough podcasts for somebody to listen to one every week for a year.
True.
Well, this will be that one.
Crazy.
This
will be the...
This would be the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Pray it's not a leap year.
Yeah.
You know, those extra weeks.
Gonna be so hyped for the guy listening to this at the end of December. Whoever that is. Yeah, so we
episode
did
52.
we did go to PAX. Well, almost
We
all
did.
of us.
We
Not all of us
packed
is
it
Yeah,
here.
D-pad.
Yeah, DPad didn't go. SimpleFlips didn't go. Who else didn't? I don't know. I think that was basically it.
That was it.
Yeah,
That was
everyone else
basically
went.
Yeah, if only Nico was here. He was also there, but
Yeah.
He's
past his
asleep.
bedtime right now. He's asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nico
He
had
wasn't
some
up for
some
bag
late
gamer
nights.
hours.
He was up like pretty late a couple nights at PAX.
Yeah.
He was like, "Dang,
Yeah.
it's way past my bedtime." He kept saying that. It's really funny.
I'm just glad we had all those Dunkin' runs every
We
morning.
did.
Oh man, I don't know how Duncan became a meme of the trip.
Well, because
But it
they're
just
just
did.
like it's like coming
It's
across
Boston.
a Dunkin' in Boston is like coming across air anywhere else in the world.
Also, they had a booth, so it's like
Yeah,
gave
they
us, like,
did.
Yes.
Did they? They did. You're right.
Yeah, Donkey Gaming.
How did you not
You're
see it
breaking
now? It was right
illusion, no,
Dude, I
there.
spent all my time at the Final Fantasy 14 expansion pack booth. that
Collecting
I just
all those one bucket
I
hats that you
could not have noticed. Oh,
what,
dude.
what did you get on the high score, Chari? At the Duncan booth.
My
No, he didn't
two.
go to the Dunkin' booth.
2?
I did 2.
I don't think that's. I think the
Damn.
lowest you get is 10.
Well, breaking new ground over here.
Wow.
Oh, I was thinking about that actually. I don't know if this would actually be interesting for anybody to hear, but just for this group, I bet I thought about it, and I bet you could go up there and get a negative score if you just like sat there and froze.
And just did nothing.
Maybe.
Because it would
Probably,
explode and like take away 10 points every time you
Oh,
missed
absolutely.
one.
It took away like a
100%.
weird number.
Yeah.
Sometimes I saw it take away like 7. I saw it
Oh,
take away
yeah,
8
yeah.
sometimes. So I guess 2 could be a possible score.
Maybe.
But,
Anyway,
I don't know
there's
if-
that
yeah.
Dunkin' booth.
Yeah, so that's like the first thing we did, or at least some of us did when we got
well,
there.
it's because like they had freebies and they were. I mean, we went for media hour, which was a story in and of itself. We could tell that from
Oh,
the
yeah.
perspective of the
well,
Bandy bunch.
well,
but,
this is the place to tell.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, well, so I
Do
guess
tell.
Yeah, go for it, Nate.
before PAX, we when I say we, it was literally just me, Drew, John, and then our friend Cam Tunist. We all went to New York City, basically because Cam Tunist did this animation thing for the official Nintendo store. So we wanted to see it in person. So we were there for a couple of days, and Drew really wanted to go to Media Hour the next day. So we're in New York City, got to go to Boston. This is a 3.5 hour drive. Media hours from
Yeah.
9 to 10 a.m. So that means we all get up at 3 in the morning, get about 2 hours of sleep.
Well, John
Or-
didn't get any sleep. He
or-
slept on the road.
In John's case, he stayed up all night. That's true. Yeah, we left. I think we left a little after 4. We did get up at like 3.
Yeah.
We sped our way over to Boston, barely made it on time.
Mhm.
And what did we get? We got a $5 gift card at Dunkin' Donuts, 2,000 Mountain Dew points, only 33,000 away from a free Xbox Series X.
Nice,
And-
nice.
You got to talk to the GameSent guys.
Yeah, true.
Ah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Hashtag
I also
worth it.
wanted to highlight, actually, give me like 10 seconds. I'm going to find a thing that I bought in New York.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Well, now my Boeing 737 flight doesn't seem so bad. You guys didn't sleep at all.
Does
I got this cool
Oh.
question mark pillow. Oh,
Whoa!
disappearing.
Whoa!
wait, what's going on?
It's
Drew?
fading out of
Whoa.
the universe.
He disappeared.
Going into the void. No.
Does it give
I
you?
got
Is
this-
it like an invisible cap? It gives you like the power of
Yeah.
invisibility.
Well, maybe I can't show it, but it's a cool pillow. I got it at the Nintendo World Store, and it was $20, which I thought was a steal for that price. But
Wow.
Pretty good.
Looks comfy.
yeah,
So anyway, about these gamer points.
Okay, yeah. So set the scene. So yeah,
Yeah.
first thing. So I guess first thing that we noticed was like half the booths weren't set up.
yeah.
So first gripe is
I
they
can
should
tell
have
you which one was set up anyway.
They should have media hour every day of the con for the first hour, because yeah, we got there at like
Yeah.
9, and yeah, legitimately half the places were not set up. They were in the process of setting up, so like it was like 9:30 or whatever by the time everyone was like so really only got like half an hour of quote unquote media hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the first things we hit up was the Dunkin' Donuts gaming booth, and it was I mean relatively to everything else, it was pretty cool. So they had like
Yeah.
so to set the scene again, they had like a screen, and they give you like a ball. You'd have to throw the ball on the screen wherever like donut themed and coffee themed targets would kind of show up. Every time you hit them, you'd get 10 points. So the first day, it was kind of no rules. You could go right up to the screen. At first, I saw people were literally like hitting the ball to the screen, but eventually they kind of said like, okay, no, you have to actually like physically throw
They
the
were
ball.
cheating.
Yeah.
But even then, you could like you could literally be like right up against the screen and throw it and still get the point. So the first day, the high scores were like 250 to 300. But then we noticed the second day they put like a tape line on the floor, so you had to like stand like I don't know like 5 feet, 10 feet back, whatever. So they made it a lot more difficult. Anyway, so yeah, thankfully there was like almost no lineup for the first hour or so. So all of us kind of got through. We got our $5 Donkey gift card, which ended up being clutch because we obviously won at least once, so we got like free donuts or
At least
whatever.
once. I think
Speaking
I
of
went
which,
every day.
I have an interesting tidbit about Dunkin' Donuts in Boston that I found out because I was one of maybe the only person who brought a car, because we drove from Kentucky up to Boston, and
Yeah.
I actually I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys. Do you all know, out of the like I don't know how many Dunkins are in Boston, but probably at least like 200. Do you all know how many Dunkin' Donuts have drive-thrus in Boston? If you had to make a guess.
0.
At least 190.
4. There are 4 Dunkin' Donuts in Boston that have a drive-thru, because I was like
Crazy.
looking for one so that I could get it on the way to the show floor, and I had to like specifically research and like route around to find one that I didn't have to like have like park in a parking structure for $25
Was it
to go get
convenient?
my coffee. I mean, it was a drive-thru,
Nice.
But I got my free coffee. So
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
probably
and
'cause
we
it's
got
so
some
much
pins.
limited.
Oh, sorry.
It's not a whole lot of space. So like a drive-through would take up that much more space
Yeah.
in a cramped city like Boston.
yeah, it's just weird, like coming from more of like coming from the South. Like I'm used to every business having their own like dedicated parking lot, and like paid parking is almost non-existent unless you go to like a much bigger city like Nashville. But
Yeah, we got some. I don't know what you guys got else. We got some pins. I got like a little donkey pin and a. Yeah. Oh, also, I guess while we're talking about Donkey, one thing I noticed is like the Dunkin' Donuts prices in Boston City are like double points, or like double the price of
Double point.
anywhere else.
It was
So we
double
went-
XP weekend in Boston.
Yeah, 'cause I thought it was
Canadian,
standard,
give 'em a
but it was
break.
like
US dollars
it was
are
like-
points.
yeah, exactly. It was like $2 for a donut in the city, but then when I went to Salem, like on like a couple days later, it was like 99 cents, and then like after whatever amount of time, like you buy one get one free, so it ended up being like
Yeah.
considerably less expensive, like
Bogo
20
donkey,
30
dude?
minutes out of the city. So I guess they just charge a
Confirmed.
premium in the city, but
It's like
I
the
just thought that was
closer you are
interesting.
to the convention center too, like the prices just skyrocket.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
I
crazy.
feel like that just makes sense though, like especially considering like that there is an event like they're gonna jack up the prices. Just
Tell me-
I'm assuming.
They want a piece of the
now.
pie.
Wait. Tell me how a $16 bowl of mac and cheese makes sense.
I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
What
To
I
be
was,
fair-
what I was gonna bring up,
It was good mac and cheese.
it was good. It was good mac and
Was.
cheese.
But not.
What I was gonna say is like, yeah, okay, there's events and stuff happening, but for whatever reason, half the stores are closed like by the convention center on the weekend, or they close at like 2 p.m. The Dunkin' Donuts like by the convention center closed at like
What?
2.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Come on,
Yeah.
Boston. What are you doing?
I guess, but I mean, like, I guess they don't expect to have too much business on the
They
weekends,
don't
but it's
know
also,
that's-
Hey, I'm trying to eat donuts here.
yeah. So that was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
There was a Mountain Dew booth where you spun a giant wheel and
Yeah.
you had like a 1 in 100 chance of winning a Mountain Dew or a 1 in
That was
no chance
crazy.
of winning a console.
Yeah, that
I
was
like
where
how
we got all
went
that was where we got all the codes. Because that was what I was
Yeah.
talking about earlier. I know I gave no
Mhm.
context when I was talking about it, but like, yeah, we're at a Mountain Dew booth, and like you go in, like Swinky said, you spin a wheel or whatever, and you have a chance of getting this card with points on it, and you can scan it into an app, and you get 100 points or 200 points.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing is we ended up giving all the cards to Drew, and then he ended up with like 2,000 points by the end of the
Yeah.
weekend.
I'm like
It was
8% of the way to an Xbox.
Yeah,
There you go.
Nice.
you're getting close.
It was crazy because I remember last PAX minus cast. I think I was like talking about how like crazy it was that people were like lining up to play Final Fantasy demo, whatever, a day early. But this was almost even worse because you were lining up essentially. If you were lucky, after waiting whatever amount of hours in line, you might get about one singular bottle of Mountain Dew is like the best prize you could get.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get like 100 Mountain Dew points, which is the equivalent of like buying and entering the code in for one Mountain Dew bottle, but without actually drinking the beverage. So I don't know. I felt kind
I'm
of bad.
glad
I
we did
don't
it
know
at
if people.
the beginning. I didn't.
Yeah,
Like
honestly.
I don't
What
think I stood in
No, the
any.
line there was ridiculous after like
Yeah.
the media hour. Like people were lined up to go play
Like,
their thing.
They want
'Cause,
that
I mean,
Xbox.
what chance
Over an
at an
hour.
Xbox? Like you could potentially.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
how many
could,
they give
yeah.
away, but you know.
It's either that or you have
Yeah.
to buy a $5 pop.
Yeah,
I guess, but it wasn't even
Pop.
cold Mountain Dew. It was like
That's
room
right.
temperature
Yeah,
Mountain
they
Dew.
didn't even chill
And
it.
they didn't-
Yeah.
It was room
Yeah.
temp.
It won't make your hands sweat. They're doing you a favor.
True.
Good point.
For
Dude,
all
they
those
had-
firm handshakes
For how cold
that,
it
that
was in
didn't
Boston.
happen at PAX.
I'm surprised. They actually had a lot of flavors there, and I had the voltage one, and I don't think I've had the voltage
Oh.
Mountain Dew since like high school. I was like, damn, this is kind
That
of
was
good.
me with Code Red. I was like, damn, I forgot how this tastes.
Code Red is
Yeah.
good.
Code Red's
I like
pretty
how we
good,
went
too.
to one of the biggest gaming conventions in the country, and the first two booths we talk about are food.
Food.
Hold on though. I honestly think there's more to that though, because we were drawn to those booths because
They were some of the
one,
biggest
like
ones.
Tetra's saying,
Like,
nothing was set up. Like I mean,
Yeah.
in terms of being able to go during media hour, and two, like PAX was like it felt scaled down or more empty than usual.
yeah.
I mean,
It
Nintendo
was.
had
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
booths, and all of them were just random Pokemon stuff. It made no sense.
They brought out the Eevee the Eevee and Pikachu costumes from Let's Go Pikachu and Pikachu and Eevee and
Like
Kind
5
of-
years ago.
but yeah, pulled them out of the closet, dusted them off, and had some photo ops.
And now that these booths weren't
Yeah.
even next to each, I mean, I think 2 of them maybe were next to each other, but like some of them, I think either 2 were next to each other or all 3 were in separate locations. I can't remember.
So there's actually only 2. So
I think it was the middle
third
and
one.
corner one, right?
Yeah, the third one that was like adjacent to the one where people were playing the card game and the Scarlet Violet. That's kind of like a reward redemption area because I went there on the last day. I thought it was like something you could buy. Like they had pins and they had like decks of cards behind the counter.
Yeah.
But the guy's like, oh, no, you get like a redemption thing after you go through the play area in the middle. Then you can get that stuff. I guess for free.
Gotcha.
I guess you got to choose. So yeah, they just had like the photo op room or the photo op area with Pikachu and then like place where you just play. I guess it was like a way to learn how to play the card game or battle against people in Scarlet Violet. Anyway, it wasn't
Why
very
would you wanna
exciting.
do
At least
either?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I thought for sure they would have a demo of Super Princess, or not Super, Princess Peach
Yeah.
Showtime. With that
Like-
coming out like one of the days of PAX, you would think that would be their
Right.
big demo.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I
Yeah,
honestly thought like the best case scenario was a demo of 1,000 Year Door HD, but they didn't even have
Ooh,
that.
that would have been cool. That would have been sick.
I would have lined up for that.
Like,
yeah.
because it was weird how they like shadow dropped into it like a day or two before. Everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Switch 2!" I'm like, "No, stop, stop."
Switch to.
It was
Not
like the
happening.
polar opposite. Like, let's show you some stuff from games that are already out and have been out
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess PAX was
Yeah.
like, "Please, Nintendo, please, we need you here. We have this whole slot for you." They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
fine, I guess we'll show up with something."
Yeah.
So yeah, like thinking.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, thinking to to years back, like there was like not necessarily bigger, like the big three. Like they did, I think Xbox and Sony had at least somewhat of a booth in the previous years, but they were also like there was a big lack of like other games, just like other big games, like Fuser. Like last time we had Fuser.
Oh yeah.
Fuser Gaming.
And the ones that were bigger were like there was a lot of stuff that was already released and has been released for months. Like there was also Path of Exile, I think that's what it's called. I think that's been out for a while. There was some sort of Baldur's Gate 3 booth also has been out for a while now. So there's a lot of stuff that's just been around and nothing like new. And a lot of the stuff that was there was just like photo op stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, at least in the front, there was always, of course, like the indie game section and the vendors and stuff. But as far as like the big names and stuff, unfortunately, there was just nothing new and nothing like too exciting to like line up for. At least I didn't
Yeah.
think so.
And
No, that's
with
a good
the-
point. Like,
with the vendors, I was going to say we had maybe 10% of the previous vendors for peripherals and computing
Yes.
components.
yep.
There was like no one there. I think the only one I remember is like XPG or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
There used to be so many.
Yeah.
That from microphone producers to keyboards. I
Yeah.
mean, like,
And they would
there's-
have like sample units for content creators to like, they want to push their product and get more people talking about it. So we
Yeah.
would walk away with headsets and keyboards and stuff. And this year it was more
Yeah.
like pins and chapstick, albeit good chapstick.
or
I
even
did
stuff
find
you
some
could
good
buy.
chapstick.
Like a lot of times, you could buy stuff as you're leaving, but there was no
Yeah.
real offerings for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most of the vendors.
There was the only one I could think of in that nature was Avermedia, and they were showcasing actually something kind of cool. It was a audio mixer and a Stream Deck combined into one.
Mhm.
Like this is
Interesting.
actually kind of cool. It's like half the price of a Go XLR. I don't know how good the quality is of a microphone, but I was kind of intrigued by it. The only thing I didn't really like was the touchscreen was a little laggy. But I mean, the fact that they kind of like combined both of those devices together, it would save me computer space. So it'd be something that I'd be potentially interested in getting, maybe. But outside of that, I can't really think of anything else that like really stood out as something.
Well, I
like,
know
Yeah.
as far as hardware, there was also that Aorus by Gigabyte was there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, Spectre, the like monitor company, was there as well. But they weren't. I mean, they would have like a raffle for like a few items, but
Mhm.
otherwise it was just like check out our website and buy our things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Get out.
no Corsair, no Elgato, because I think they were
No.
there the two previous years that we went.
No Geico Gaming?
Yeah.
Or was
No,
Geico
Geico
yeah,
Gaming?
that's-
Gaming.
Yeah, no Geico Gaming. That was
No,
surprising.
what? Shame.
No U.S. Army Gaming?
Yeah, no recruitment.
absurd.
Yeah.
No recruitment center.
Red
And
Bull.
there was a lot. I think just a lot of like a lot less like smaller vendors like that. Like I think
Yeah.
one thing I noticed was there was a lot less like retro game
Mhm.
booths, if you want to call them that. Because I remember like there was like a whole section of them in previous years. This time I think there was no more than like 4 or 5 retro game like booths.
If that, I
I
think
think
it was
thought
less.
Like 2, maybe.
I think it was like 2 or 3, maybe. I remember like 2 of them specifically. Maybe there was 3. And then there was like limited run games. There was Heritage
Yeah.
Auction, but like I don't really count those. Those aren't
Yeah.
retro games.
Yeah, Heritage
not
Auction
options.
had their booth with like 6 uber expensive sealed graded
They-
titles.
yeah,
that
of course.
They had the
Yeah.
safe. They
Like,
had the
come look
safe
at 'em.
behind it too. They had like an industrial like safe behind them too. I don't even know if they stored stuff in there. If it was just for show to make it seem like, ooh, we have even more exclusive stuff in the vault that you can't see.
Bulletproof
That reminded me of
blast
the,
for bulletproof software games.
Yeah.
What about the
Anyway.
Kidia gaming booth? You'll remember that?
Oh, we're getting into that.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
How did I
What
like
happened
completely.
at the Nvidia gaming booth?
Oh, no,
the
not
Kidia-
NVIDIA.
gaming booth.
It was.
QIDDYIA, I think,
Kidia or
something like that.
Kidia?
I just
Yeah.
called it Quidia. I can't even
Here,
pronounce it.
I'll send the picture in chat.
The
is this
quiz
the-
day booth.
The metaverse NFT.
It was a bizarre
Yes.
thing.
Big
Yeah,
rings.
Tetra,
something
you
about
gotta
Saudi
tell your
Arabia.
experience. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have missed that part given all the food trucks at the venue that day that I was visiting.
Yeah, you blacked out after that $16 mac and cheese.
Yeah.
There it is.
What on earth?
Okay.
Yeah, so
You have to show this DPad. Show the
Who's-
Quidadia.
Yeah.
Quid Gaming.
Alright, who's
That's what
got-
I'm calling it.
who's got
pronounce
this
it.
story?
Quid Gaming.
Quid Gaming.
Who's taking lead on this story?
You're the one
I
who
can't.
went
I
through
think
it.
you should,
I'll do
Tetra.
it justice.
Or
Okay.
So you
Swanky.
step,
Yeah.
you step up to this
Okay.
thing and you get
Yeah.
in line, and these people approach you who are not actually with the organization. They're just hired guns from Boston presenters who try to sell you on this thing, which is Quidia Gaming. All the while telling you absolutely nothing about what it is, but using lots of flowery and good language about this sort of like what sounds like a metaverse type experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then never actually kind of telling you what it is. So basically, you go up to these different rings. They give you a RFID bracelet, which is a big red flag. Tell you to scan it, and it says, "Oh, it's going to copy over your information." And basically, this is what I remember. I don't know if this is exactly how it is, and you basically get something in the game universe from scanning it. And
It
they
was
also
a-
tell you
It
to
was like a
envision.
big coin or something.
Yeah,
Like
they
a
tell you
ship
to
coin.
envision your perfect game world, and if you wanted to go into it, what would it be? So you choose these different coin things, these giant rings you see in this photo. And so a few of us went up and we got a spaceship in this 3D world, and that was it. And by the time we got out of the booth, we all just looked at each other and like, what the hell just happened?
Did our personal information just get stolen? Or
Right.
are we?
Yeah, I was like, I feel like my credit card just got skimmed several times.
You get a
Well, so-
notification on your phone and your bank account was drained.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we did some research afterwards, and it was like my understanding. They kept on using the term IRL gaming. That's what they were trying to push, right?
They said
And
experience
so,
like
like,
50
tag?
times as well.
Yeah. Well, it was
Experience.
ultimately what they're trying to sell, I guess, is this idea of a physical city in Saudi Arabia that is based around esports, like centered around this like a sort of coliseum for esports, if I'm understanding it correctly, which is just really it was weird, champ.
Yeah,
What?
it felt like a Venn diagram, 3 equal parts: NFT, crypto, and timeshare presentation, all wrapped up into one. And you're just
But at
like
least-
somehow a
at
stamp
least-
of gaming.
Yeah, at least those would explain what they are. This was just like envision
'cause
spaceship.
I still don't get like what the product is. Like, would you go to this place physically, or I mean, I'm sure you guys don't know, but like,
Who knows?
I'm
No, we
just
have
trying
no
to
idea.
understand it. But
I don't
like,
think the employees even knew.
Yeah.
They were just like,
And no one went to that booth, understood anything about it.
It was-
And my
that's-
understanding.
yeah, weird.
Or sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to comment that, like, while we were walking around the hall by, like, Saturday, I kept hearing people talking about the booth. They're like, did you hear that was the Saudi Arabian booth? Because I think everyone did the same thing. They, like, looked it
Yeah.
up. What the hell was that I just participated in?
yeah,
My
I guess it should
understanding
also
is
be
it-
noticed.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No,
Oh,
no,
I was just-
I took it last time. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say that my understanding is it is directly funded by the Saudi Arabian government. Which
That's what I was gonna say.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should be
Just-
noted. This isn't like a private company. It's like a state-funded
Yeah.
organization. So yeah, it was a thing.
It was sus.
It was
so people
memorable.
who don't, yeah, well,
It was, like,
that's-
strangely, the... oh, yeah! I remember, I think it was Friday night or Saturday night, we were on that bridge thing where you can see everything from above.
That's
we were
where I took this
looking-
picture. Yeah.
So we were looking at the Quid Gaming booth, and there was like this entire section. Well, there's like these like
yeah.
50-foot rings, right? Well, there's like a whole wall that's blocked off. No one can see it unless you can see from up top. And they have like this massive control room filled with like all sorts of electronics and monitors. Like, what the hell is all this
like
stuff
one guy
for?
in there in the wall, just like monitoring it all. It was bizarre.
Yeah, dude, it
What
was
you guys
so
don't
weird.
know-
the same MP4 of the spaceship.
You guys
That's
actually
literally
got
what it was.
cloned into this digital world.
It's Meta Runner. We got
Saudi,
Meta Runner.
Yeah, I was gonna
Arabia,
say it
Tron
sounds
world.
some Meta Runner ass.
Yeah.
What was the city called in Meta Runner?
I don't remember. It's
I don't know.
I don't recall
Been a while.
either.
But yeah, that was
city.
a booth.
It was
The
it
weirdest thing
weird.
was that was probably one of the biggest booths too at
Yeah.
the
If
Yeah.
not the
like the
biggest,
big
yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
presence. But
Well-
yet they almost never had a lineup, which
Well, that's what
kinda
I was.
went to yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it probably had the highest production out of all the booths. I mean, these rings, I kid you not, were like 50 feet tall. They were freaking massive.
They're not that big.
They're
They were
30
like-
feet, whatever. They were pretty big.
15, 12.
Maybe 12. Yeah.
30. Take it or leave it.
Take it or
All
leave
right.
it.
Well, I think that the biggest takeaway is that like you're talking about it, like
Yeah.
I guess.
you might not know what it
True.
is, but it's
But
it's there.
But I think in gaming, especially this, you want to have a positive takeaway. And
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
all of us just feel sussed out and we are confused.
We just had that ick factor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause we scanned. Cause I was the one that went up and took my RFID bracelet and did the thing. And she's like, "Oh, you got a spaceship," and she made like 3 other spaceship puns.
Yeah. We don't
And then
know.
we're just standing there and we're like, "Oh, is that it? Do we
Is that it?
do we leave?" And that
Yeah, we
was
don't
really
know
it.
if at that
Yeah.
point Tetra was taken and replaced by a clone. There's no way
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
tell.
This guy could be an imposter.
And like the experience could have been replicated with just like pressing a button. So I don't know what the whole point of the RFID bracelet was. And I kid you
Notice
not,
how
it was like
he
it was like a
evaded the
3-second
statement.
animation of like a spaceship medallion popping up on screen, and that was it.
And
Giving
then we
out
left.
mad NFT
Meanwhile-
energy. Like
Yeah.
mad NFT energy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your
Yeah.
favorite video game is Super Mario 64, and you're just like, when the hell did I take a spaceship in that game?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was a thing.
Kitty
It
again.
sure
I
was.
honestly forgot about it until I think Drew brought it up. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
We all blocked it out.
Oh,
Or they
yeah.
MIB like flashed us.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
You gotta be kittying me. Anyway.
I was literally
God,
going to make that
Bruce.
joke, dude. You stole that from me.
There was one booth
Oh.
in particular that caught my eye, or more
Kidia?
appropriately, my nose.
You
What?
only revisited them like 20
Oh,
times.
here we go.
Yeah.
I'm ready for
Tell me the
this.
story.
So a couple weeks before PAX, I saw these folks advertising on either Twitter or Facebook or something, and it just sounded very intriguing to me. So there's this booth. Actually, it took me a while to find them on the map because I think they were called. I think the parent company is like Elevated Perceptions or something, so it wasn't the product name that I was looking for. But I'll toss a photo in the chat, and DPad can toss it up. But
Whoa.
it's called Game Scent, and it's basically like smell-o-vision for video games.
Hell yeah.
So the product itself is like a 6-chamber oil diffuser where you'd have different scents for like rainfall or a forest or burning rubber for or like racing smells
Or
and
explosions.
gunfire. Yeah. So I don't know. It sounded interesting, and I was very curious about it. Like, if it worked well, that'd be kind of cool, and if it doesn't, it's at least an interesting meme. So I
Well,
I'm-
which is it?
well, stay tuned. I'm gonna keep an eye out on my channel because I am gonna.
Ooh.
Oh, the spoilers. Yeah, I will be checking it out.
Well,
but
that's it.
Silly
I'm
boy.
finally subscribing to your channel. That's all it took.
Gotta know what the game scent is all about.
But yeah, it's like I made it.
7 years in.
Finally, the smell-o-vision content. Yeah, I made it my goal to see them first when we got to the media hour, and I went back by the booth probably at least 6 or 7 times throughout the show, and just trying to get in there and networking, and it was my intent to try to work on some sort of partnership with them, at least to be able to get a review unit and check it out myself, because I don't know, it's especially for like VR stuff. Like, I feel like it could be really cool to have just that extra sense that is sort of ambient in building memories, or that experience, that immersion.
Burnt
so-
rubber.
Well, the way it works is really interesting too.
Gunpowder.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like basically it works with literally any video game, any movie. And the reason it can do that is because it has some sort of AI technology that can hear audio, and based off the audio it hears, it'll play a specific scent. So if it
Like it
hears
hears
like a
gunfire.
car,
Yeah.
Right. If it hears a gunfire, it'll shoot a little gunfire scent. If it hears an explosion. If it hears like a forest or like,
Like birds,
birds, it'll shoot gunfire. And then there's also a neutral oil diffuser. So like, let's say you're done using your smell-o-vision after like an hour or two, it'll shoot a neutral one to get rid of all the scents, supposedly. So
I just like
the way it works is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I just had a thought, like if you're playing like GTA and you have the like gunfire explosions, car sounds, rain and whatever, like what that would smell like, all of that. Like what the smell would be if all those are combined. Like, ugh.
Oh, we were talking to the founder.
Gamer is the answer.
Gamer scent.
We talked to the guy who was running it, and he was excited about the idea of two. I remember he was talking about that he wanted to do. One was we talked about Fortnite briefly, and he was saying that the stink bomb in Fortnite, what he would like to do is ultimately have the different consoles networked so that like if you're playing with your friend and you shoot a stink bomb at them, that theirs would blow up with something awful smelling.
So,
and then he was also said they are currently working on blood smell. For
pleasant.
Yeah.
The most striking thing about the whole thing is like, why are they producing horrible scents? Why not like fruit or something that's pleasant? Like I get the idea. Like I get it because they're going for a more core audience, but like I want to play Suika game and smell a nice apple or a pear or something. I don't want to smell blood.
At what point, like, if it makes you feel nauseous? I mean, because all these smells are catered around destruction. I'm wondering, like, how much of it will actually be a positive experience, and how much of it's going to be like, I played a game an hour ago, but I still smell
like gunfire.
I choked on my smell-o-vision fumes because too many of them went off.
Impress the lady in your life with burnt rubber gaming.
Well, hey, you can go on the GameScent website and purchase other scents that you can customize your diffuser with. So you can, if you play different kinds of games, you can swap them out for other stuff.
We are not sponsored by
not
GameScent
a sponsor
or Elevated Pursuit.
Yet. We'll see.
So Drew spent
that was my highlight.
all weekend trying to get a review unit, and on Saturday morning he sent us a Discord photo with the game sent. I'm like, this is the best part of the whole weekend. You sharing this photo with us.
The funniest part of it was like he was walking away. He was just like, you know what? This is what I do. I mean, if you guys want, like, they weren't catching the hint. He left, and then the guy was like, hold on. Like, he went after you, right?
Yeah, so I had already given them a business card on the first day. But I went back, because we weren't going back to the expo hall on Sunday. We all had plans to leave fairly early on Sunday. So I wanted to make a last-ditch effort. It was like literally an hour before the show floor closed on Saturday. And so I got another business card. One of like, I'm at the end of my business card, so I think I had like literally one or two left. And or just a handful, and I grabbed one. I put my personal cell phone number on it, and I went up to them. And the guy I had given my business card to before was at the booth, but talking to somebody else. So I found another guy who was apparently new. And I talked to him and said, like, hey, this is what I do. I've got, I did have to flaunt the numbers a bit. Yeah. But I said, like, I love, like, you got my favorite booth here. I'd love to check it out. So I gave him my card and I said, I'm probably not gonna be here tomorrow, but just let me know when you have review units. And so then I started walking away, and then I hear Drew, and the other guy that I talked to before, like he told him real quick, and he was like, did you fly here? And I was like, no, actually I drove. I'm crazy. And he said, okay, well, here you go. And I was like, yeah, we did it. Networking successful.
When you're walking away, did you say smell you later?
Oh, I should have.
No.
That would have been so good.
That would have been so good.
Next year, if they're there, you have to tell them that when you say hi.
Yes.
Smell you later.
Definitely. Oh, I'm so sad. We should tell the story, but I'm sad that we forgot to get the name tags for the Elijah gag.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to talk about that?
Oh boy.
That's such
I feel
a
like
deep
Elijah
cut.
should mention that one.
Wait, that's all of
Please
us.
welcome
Take it away,
special
Elijah.
guest, Elijah.
Did you guys even go to that booth?
I don't
No.
remember
I don't even
what
remember
the booth was.
what. Yeah.
I have no idea what the booth was.
That's so sad.
It was either a 10,000 IQ marketing flop, thinking would work, or I don't know.
So they had 3 exciting games: Big Boy Boxing, Star Vaders, and Chicken Police Into the Hive.
Oh, I think maybe I did see that from a distance. Maybe.
I don't remember those at all. I probably walked by them though.
Oh, okay. The basic story was like there was a blast email sent out to all of us that said, "Hey Elijah, we want you to come check out our games," and it was we've kind of joked that it could be an intentional marketing campaign. I don't think that did them any favors. So I think it was probably just whoever was at the helm hit the button on the first email and had a oh no moment.
Oh no.
But basically, we all got this email. It was addressing us all as Elijah. Spoiler alert: none of us are named Elijah. Actually, this is canon minus world
Believe it or not.
lore.
Wow.
So then the next day, I think it was, we all got emails that were like, "I'm so sorry, Nintendrew. I'm so sorry, TetraBitGaming. I just realized I called you Elijah."
I think mine still said Elijah.
Did it?
I'm sorry, Elijah. Sorry I called you
Sorry, I called you Elijah.
She doubled down on Elijah.
That'd be funny.
It's her middle name,
So, we
Swanky
made a
Elijah
joke.
Box.
we were talking about, well, I mean, it would have been really funny if I had remembered, but on our road trip up from New York, I was thinking it would be really great if we stopped by a Staples and picked up those like "Hello, my name is" tags and all wrote Elijah on it, just like walk up as a horde of Elijahs to this booth, like, we're here to play the games, you know. But
I
it
just think
never
it's
happened.
so funny that the email is like, "I'm so sorry.
Elijah.
Just called you Elijah."
But I don't think, did any of us even get a prior email that called us Elijah? This was what, like, I checked.
Yeah.
This is the first email I
Yeah,
got from
really?
this person. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find the.
I got the
That's-
original
oh,
Elijah.
okay.
Extra
I
Yeah,
funny.
I never got a previous
That's so
email
funny. I
for
did not
this.
know that.
It was like a day later I got the oopsie email, but I got the original one.
Oh, I never got the
8
original.
oops.
Exactly, 8 oops. Elijah oops.
Elijah, oops.
Now I wish that we did do that, because
Yeah.
that would have been so funny to
That
have
would have been the
all of us
highlight
show up.
of the show.
Oh my dude. Well, the thing is like I don't even know if it would have been funny to them, because the person that made the email might have not even
Probably
been
wasn't at the
there.
booth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it still
Could've
would have
some-
been
yeah.
funny, because I'm sure the people at the booth were aware of the mistake that happened.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, that's really funny though.
Just love the idea. We're all just like marching together to this booth with some name tags on.
we are Elijah.
What
Oh,
else do
boy.
we see and do?
I bought a video game. One
You
Oh,
bought
yeah.
a video game.
Yes.
Yes. You should tell
I
us
will-
because we mentioned limited run earlier.
That's true. I'll just make it brief, because it's not anything crazy. I did get a limited run game. You may have heard of this game. Actually, probably not. You guys, most of you are probably too young to even remember the AVGN video. But
Consider yourself lucky if you don't know about it.
it says plumbers don't wear ties.
Dude, that box art is way cooler than that game deserves.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's actually unique box art for the Switch. The PS5 box
Really?
art is completely different to this. It
That's
uses,
so cool.
yeah, it's. I don't know why
I
they
think-
did that, but it's cool.
I think that one too. I think is a PAX exclusive cover.
Oh,
Like, I think if you
Premiere?
go,
Dang.
I'm gonna check right now. If
It
you go to
also
Limited Run
it
Games,
comes with some stuff.
Elijah, I'm so sorry.
that is really
Elijah.
funny, Swanky. I had no clue.
Yeah, don't play this game. It's well, if you want to, if you like playing the really bad games, then go crazy.
Wait, what do you mean playing though?
Well, you're watching cutscenes, to say the
I
least.
guess.
Dude, okay, so the original plan was when we were driving back from Boston to go home, I was gonna play the whole game on the car ride, and I like 2 minutes in, they basically like redid the intro cutscene, and I'm just like, dude, this is way too good to just play in handheld mode on a shaky car. I have to play it on a big screen. So I haven't even played it yet, because I need to like take time out of a day to just play it, which I might do it this weekend.
I agree.
So
Yeah,
this is
that's all
the
it
regular.
deserves.
This is the regular box art. The one on the left is the regular. I think the one on the right is like sort of the reverse side of it. For some
Okay,
reason, it's anime.
yeah.
What? That's
Anime.
that's so neat. Okay, but the one on the left is like way more representative of what the game is, though.
Yeah, here I'll post a better screenshot. So, but yeah, you got the cool. Like, yeah, I think the one you got, Nathan's a PAX exclusive.
Dude, okay, you can't tell me this doesn't look like Amogus on the top.
It does.
Like,
it does look like Amogus.
It's supposed to be the hen thing, but I'm like, no, this is just Amogus.
Gungus.
So, oh yeah, that was something else we saw there. We were all sitting somewhere on one of the floors, and a huge Amogus, like blow up, whatever thing walked by, and we all said sus as he walked by.
Well, Matt Pat was there, and then I love the headcanon that was just Matt Pat throughout the entire weekend in full costume.
Oh yeah, I forgot we saw Matt Pat. No, that was pretty cool.
I thought he died.
No,
he came back.
He just moved on.
Oh, that's what he meant.
He ran away.
Yeah.
What is going on?
We're talking about Matt Pat. Apparently,
I'm following. I just don't know what's going on.
Oh, I don't know. Apparently, he died.
Yeah, he died.
Okay.
He announced his death on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
No, the end of his panel was kind of funny because he was like, well, now that I'm retired, I'll see you on the show floor. And we're like, okay. No, we won't.
Could you imagine if he was just walking around the show floor like,
oh god,
it would be a nightmare just logistically for people to exist in that space.
Yeah, it would have looked like Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah.
Like with one survivor.
You see in real time how like population density works. It's just like concentrating on one.
That's why I love the headcanon that he was just in that Amogus devil costume the whole weekend.
Or the double Pikachu suit.
Yeah.
The Pikachu suit.
There was an inflatable Pikachu costume with another Pikachu inside of it.
It was very bizarre.
That would have been great.
But the Pikachu skipped leg day because their calves were like so thin.
Yeah, that sounds like the Matt Pat I know.
That was definitely Matt Pat.
Speaking of leg day, I saw that you all had a gym and not the Pokemon kind.
We did.
Not
we
me.
worked out. Well, I did at least once. Did you and Nico do any more besides just one?
I went with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I went 3 or 4 times. I think Nico just went the same day that you went.
Okay.
One time.
Yeah, I wanted to go. I think something came up on Saturday because I was gonna work out again. Oh, I think me and Nico like walked to Donkey or something.
You guys left early.
Yeah, we were going somewhere, and then we just decided to not go back to the hotel. But we did have some workout sessions. It was pretty fun.
Well, do you all want to say what your favorite part of PAX was? Starting with Charlie?
You getting the game sent. Sorry, now go ahead.
Man, I really liked the ramen place. That was in New York.
The ramen place.
It was really good.
Right. Damn,
it was really good.
That ramen hit him hard.
Across state lines, apparently.
Across state lines.
Wait, didn't we like throw it to him?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I brought him some 4-day-old ramen after PAX.
I was already in Boston. You guys brought me the ramen.
That's right. Yeah, just like the chicken. The 8-hour drive for the chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, guess he's got the arm like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
I bet I could throw a football over that mountain there. I mean, honestly, probably getting the games. But I did also find I don't know if it'll show up correctly, but I did get a cool little bit from the Fan Gamer booth. I got this. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna show up, but it's a lenticular Tamagotchi pin. It's got a little Mamechi in it, and it goes to bed when you tilt it. It's really cute. I'll toss a photo in the chat.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We went to the GDQ room a couple times. That was cool.
That was definitely the coolest part of PAX this year, I think. The GDQ room for sure.
Yeah.
Like, experiencing GDQ IRL was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially for games that like Titanfall 2, that was really cool to watch.
That was cool.
Yeah. We watched Ocarina of Time 3D. We watched the Sonic Adventure 1. No, wait. No, it was 2. 2 Dark Story. That's right.
Yeah.
Then I think there was like a couple other ones we watched too. We watched a lot of them because like none of us wanted to stand in lines all day for things that weren't that interesting. So we just went to like GDQ for half the thing.
It was really cool seeing the final rush skip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
Like first time, like in terms of like it wasn't messed up. It's just like because like it's pretty much you jump out in space and you're out in space for a long time, and that was pretty clutch.
Yeah, the runner was like, I'm probably not going to get this, and then got it. And everyone's like, oh, it was so hyped.
Let's go.
Like first try, it was so sick. Yeah,
that was a lot.
So that's
of
probably
fun.
my favorite.
I think if we do end up going next year, I'm just going to spend most of the time at GDQ.
Definitely. Same.
Just because it was nice because there wasn't a lot of people in there. And it was nice to be able to sit because, you know, like we were in New York City and then Boston. Like my feet were so tired by like day 4, day 5. So it was nice just to be able to sit and then watch some cool games. I mean, it was also kind of nice that a lot of the games I actually cared about. So that helps too. But
yeah, they had a good selection of games.
Yeah.
Oh, I did do that first day on Thursday, right after Media Hour. I did that Star Fox tournament. Oh, you did too, Tetra. You were in it and then abandoned it.
Yeah.
I got top 4. I didn't get high enough to get a medal, but it was fun to do some skirmishing.
Yeah, they did. Well, I mean, that was like my first time playing Star Fox multiplayer, but they also did a really bad job of explaining how the tournament rules work.
Yeah.
Before it started, I was like, okay, like top 2 people move on and the bottom 2 are out. He's like, oh yeah. So I got like 3rd place or whatever. So I thought I was out. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll leave.
Yeah, but it was double elimination apparently.
Yeah. So I was like, well, okay.
JK,
At that point, I was like across the convention. I'm like, I don't want to rush back to take part of this tournament.
Yeah. What about you, Swankles? What was your favorite part of this episode?
The big circular table on the Westin outside the convention center.
Oh yeah,
and sitting there for 8 hours and having just friends from all over just magically run into it.
Delivery.
It's right
Papa.
next to where. We had Papa John's there.
We had Jimmy John. It was so funny. You had 2-course meals and did not leave that table.
Oh, it was so great. It's funny because like that same table is like adjacent to where it was, I think the second time I ran to Markiplier, and I'm coming to the escalator and he's texting at the top of the escalator, but he's like blocking the escalator. So it's like this thing's like, you shall not pass type moment. It was very interesting. That was like, that was a long time ago.
Oh, I thought this was this year. I was like, what?
Oh, no.
I thought you were talking. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know he was there.
Oh no, this was jeez.
Yeah, he took a break from
He was in the Among Us
filming his
costume.
movie.
He was covered in blood. His
Chocolate syrup.
blood ocean.
Some kind of iron lung business going on.
Yeah.
No, actually, there was a few people I wasn't expecting to see there. We ran into Skip the Tutorial and Failboat and Jmoji. Well, I knew Failboat was going to go, but I didn't know Jmoji and Skip were going. So
Dubas was there too. That was cool to meet him.
Dubas Goobas.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so that was pretty cool. Apparently, Point Crow was there, but
I
think one of us like saw him or something. I don't think I talked to him.
I saw a person that may look like him.
Okay, you saw Coin.
He might have. You're not sure.
Well, it's one of those
Looked
things
like
where,
him.
like, if someone doesn't announce they go to the convention, I don't really want to be like, oh, that's that person, because like if they're there incognito, like let them enjoy the convention type thing.
Right.
But honestly, I didn't know. I just walked by him on the top floor, or this person that I thought was him, and then she says popped in for a day.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he like flew in for one day on the Saturday. So we ran into him, saw, usual people, Ant Dude, Garner the Waffle. I think Gilly was there, Game Apologist. I don't remember. I think there's probably other people, but I don't remember.
I think Vinny was there. I saw him on the escalator and waved, but that was about it.
Yeah, he was there for a minute.
After a particularly shade-filled comment during Matt Pat story time, I got together with She Says and with Gilly the Kid, and we want to do a Star Fox Zero appreciation panel next year. If we go again.
I know what you're talking about.
Man, you're crazy. Star Fox Zero appreciation. I mean, you know what? I would attend it.
Day.
I would love to attend it. I would be very curious to hear all the talking points from you guys.
Yeah, we'll
Star
make a
Fox
believer
Zero
out of you.
Con.
Yeah.
Should make it Star Fox Con and then just the O is a 0.
That's right.
You need to package it like a timeshare presentation.
Like,
There you
here's why you
want you
need
to
to
be
give me money to play
Yeah.
Star Fox Zero.
I want you to be aggressive in selling it, and then if we don't buy it, I want you to be aggressive towards us. So start saying
Scan
mean
IRS
things.
tags.
Dude, that would actually
Here's
be
the
hilarious.
scanner.
Like,
You'll win an R-Wing coin if you scan it.
I should go like find like 100 copies of Star Fox Zero and try to sell it to people in the audience.
That'd be a funny video.
Yeah.
I tried to sell
challenge.
100 copies of Star Fox Zero.
I try to give them away for free. See if anyone will take them.
Like no one takes them. That would
That'd be
actually be
good.
really funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I know how many Wii U fans are out there that are still playing on that system, right?
Dozens
Sure.
of them.
There's got to be tens upon tens of Wii U fans out there.
Hey, dude, I load up my Wii U at least once a month.
Nice.
It's mostly
Hell
to
yeah.
play Wii games, but
Yeah, call me when it's Star Fox
True.
Zero.
Or it's like, oh wait, I needed 5 seconds of this Wii U game. Okay, I got it. Now I'm turning it off. All right, that was my Wii U.
Devil's
gaming.
Third.
Yeah, Devil's
Oh.
Third, exactly.
I wish I'd bought that game when it was
Same.
not exorbitantly
Yeah.
expensive.
I remember
Yeah.
when it
That's
was
a
like
conversation for another time. But
I think like even like 4 or 5 years ago, wasn't it only like 50 or $60? Like it was a little
dude,
expensive.
not even that. It was like $15 at one point. I remember.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, how are we supposed to
Regret.
know it was going to be worth 800?
Yeah. How are we supposed to know exactly?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a very good game, and
Yeah.
then it's just like,
Yeah.
how is
It
one
is
to
a
know?
video
But
game.
I'm glad that we all had such a great time at
Yeah,
the Penny Arcade Expo 2024
Yeah.
East.
that's right.
Good times.
I guess
Okay,
I'd go
bye.
again.
Yeah, it was all right.
Do we want to talk about New York City briefly or nah?
You can, if you'd like to.
Well, we went to New York City.
That one I didn't go to, so I can't. I can't speak
It was
to.
pretty dope.
Yeah,
You got to see the Nintendo World Store. I've never been there before. Oh.
yeah. So that was the main reason we were going.
Mhm.
Because basically, like, so my friend Cam Tunis, he actually did some commission work for the Nintendo store.
That's awesome.
It was very, very cool. So like in the Nintendo store on the second floor, there's like this huge projector thing, and it projects like this interactive video. And basically Mario's in the front, and he'll like run around, and you can like actually talk to him. Like, so if you can like walk up to him, he'll know you're there. He'll run up to you and he'll say, "Hello, how are you?" And then he has like a bunch of pre-recorded lines. So what Cam did is he basically animated all the enemies in the background of the video because it takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom. So he animated like Goombas, Piranha Plants, Lakitu, Koopas, like all that stuff. So like we wanted to see it in person. That was really the main reason we went. Because like this is not one of those things that you can just like screen record easily because it's an interactive
Sure.
Yeah.
kind of experience.
Right.
And even with like our cameras, it was like, because like the way it was presented was like a giant array of LEDs that were in front of
Yeah.
a window, so they would
Yeah.
turn off and it would be
Yeah.
transparent. But if they turned it on,
Yeah.
then it was like kind of like this weird kind of grid that was freaking out
could
all
see
of our
it,
cameras'
pixels.
phones. But I do have some video that I'll try to put in there so we can get it
Yeah,
as B-roll.
even just like a little bit of B-roll. It's very interesting. Like I don't think I've ever really experienced anything like it. Now that I'm thinking about it, it probably doesn't have like a typical monitor because they need these sensors to be able to tell where people are standing. Because there was like specific squares you were supposed to stand in,
Yeah.
and then Mario would like run up to. It was really
so
funny.
It was a. Oh,
I
sorry.
think-
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say like. So at one point, Mario's all the way to the right of the screen. Keep in mind, this is probably like 10, 12 feet away. And then Drew comes up on the opposite side. Then Mario, he was talking, immediately stops, and he just charges towards Drew.
It was kind of terrifying. Yeah, I feared for my life for a split second.
Dude, he was
Oh, yeah.
booking it, and then he stopped, and he said hello to you.
I just love to imagine that Mario just goes whoosh, like
Yeah.
his
I mean,
neck snaps to the
that's-
side.
That's
Who
basically
victim?
what happened.
Like,
Yeah.
like dehydrate Ganondorf and the Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so on the tech side, it was like it was probably a 20-foot plus wide curved monitor.
It was pretty
of
wide.
tiny LED. Because I walked up to it and looked at the little LEDs at one point, like they were just exposed LEDs in an array on this grid. and then up above it there were 3 cameras that were pointing down at the spots on the floor, I guess just to identify where kids are standing. And
wow, you kitty, yeah.
What?
What did you say?
I said, "Wow, you're kidding, yeah."
Oh,
that was a stretch.
Yeah, basically.
As far as I'm aware, nothing in the Nintendo World Store was funded by the Saudi Arabian government, so good on them for that.
Probably not.
At least not directly, you know. Maybe some dark money channels, but
can't wait to see that one on the Twitter.
Can you imagine
couple weeks
someone
from now?
just taking that concept like of like Mario trapped in a screen in a Nintendo store and making it a horror game?
ooh,
Hey, you let me out. I'm a
That's a
stud.
cool idea.
Someone get on that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd
We'll
be
play
sick.
on Minus Games.
What was that? Peach's Castle? What was that one called?
Oh,
Princess
Oh,
Anne's the Castle
yeah.
or something?
I think it was just called Another Peach's Castle or something like
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
We need that
Yeah.
too.
Exactly.
that,
Princess Peach
but
Showtime?
2.
Dude, now that I think about it, the
Yo.
Nintendo store would be a sick zombies map.
Yeah.
Be cool as hell.
There's 2 floors.
I did find
There are.
actually, I might be able to show this. One sec. One of
Dun,
these.
dun, dun. Whoa.
They had
Oh,
these
that's
in the
right,
Nintendo
yeah.
store. They're sold out forever, but they keep them stocked there.
Not there.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I
Cool.
forgot about that. That's like probably the only place in the world where they just have them physically.
yeah.
They're not in some magical Nintendo warehouse. They're actually there.
Imagine if they're all shipped
This-
from there.
yeah.
Like it's just the day workers have to pack them into cardboard
Maybe.
boxes and ship them out.
There's something slightly sinister about you holding up a controller and saying, "Look what I got," and saying they're sold out forever. In my mind, is like, did he burn the store down?
This is the only
I
one.
like
They're
I don't know. It wasn't
perpetually
Drew
sold
burning
out
down
online.
stores.
Yeah, it was me and Nico posing from burning houses.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic callback.
That's
So,
a deep cut.
If you need a Nintendo 64 controller for your Nintendo Switch online,
You can't
You
have
should
one.
go to New York.
I have it.
Because they're all sold out.
I guess the last thing I'll mention is I love how Nintendo had the teeniest, tiniest little clothing section for Metroid. Literally
Yeah.
2 different hoodie, one shirt, one hoodie.
yeah, they
That
did
was
Metroid
it.
dirty.
Nothing else. I'm like, makes sense. It all makes sense.
I honestly didn't
This
even
is all
notice that.
That's all they have for them.
It was like half Mario,
It's bigger than
like 45% Pokemon.
yeah.
3%
A lot of
Kirby.
Animal Crossing
Oh yeah, yeah.
a
there
lot
was
of Animal Crossing.
yeah.
and surprising amount of Splatoon stuff too. There was
Yeah.
actually quite a bit there.
But 2
But
pieces
Metroid
of clothing
Pikmin
for
mug.
Metroid.
Yeah, literally like 5
Met-
shirts for Metroid.
And Metroid is basically like those coin cluster mini games in Mario Party, where it pulls everyone's coins together and then it distributes them on who wins. But then player 4 gets 1 coin.
Yeah,
That's Metroid.
hey, it's more than F-Zero got.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's
True,
yeah.
they
There
were
wasn't any
aggressive.
F-Zero shirts.
Nothing.
There was one Pikmin mug.
That's- yeah.
Only one.
There were actually I didn't have the gumption to try it, but apparently there are a bunch of hidden Pikmin in the store, and if you count exactly how many Pikmin there are, there's a chance you can get a prize if you talk to one of the people that works there. So, pro tip: if you're visiting
That's
the
pretty
Nintendo
cool.
World Store,
Great.
How does that even go down? Like you just approach a guy and is like, hey,
hey,
27.
I found all the Pikmin.
no context, just a number. Yeah, that's definitely the move. That's the way to do it.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Drew's
How do you do that if all those Pikmin are Ash? Drew,
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah, you got me there.
Drew's response to when he found about the Pikmin thing, he was like, "Well, do I have to count the shirts or what? Do I have to go to the back?
Yeah.
Ash just lighting a match.
Make it a little bit easier."
There are 0 Pikmin left.
I love to imagine that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like that was the.
See, now we
What
have the
caused
setting though.
it?
We have the setting for the horror game. The
Mhm.
store burned down because
Uh-huh.
of some Nintendo YouTuber, and yet
Because I
Mario
wanted
is
to be the
clinging
last
to
person
life
to buy one of these.
within the LED screen.
Oh, I love this.
Oh my gosh!
On that note,
On
I
that
think
note,
I
That's-
can't do this
that's
anymore.
probably
We got no. We did hit an hour though. We've had a good chat, fellas.
We did. I think
That
we
was fun.
Thanks for
we
PAXing
basically
around.
hit everything. Yeah. We sure PAXed all over PAX.
Mm-hmm. All over Boston,
My
honestly.
favorite part
Now
of
we're-
PAX.
Yeah.
Now we just got PAX all over PAX West
Yeah.
next time.
Yes. Yeah, I think a few of us have already confirmed we're going to PAX West. So
I'd like to.
I have not, but
Yeah.
I would love to.
Oh,
So
Dope.
yeah,
I'll probably go. We'll see.
cool.
And that's it.
Well, it's time to PAX it up and go
PAX
home.
it
That's right. Let's PAX up this video.
Oh, I forgot
Members?
one more thing that I got.
Just
at
kidding.
PAX.
Wait, members.
Actually,
Yes.
Uh-oh.
it's the members.
Oh, there you go.
Got the
I was
members.
really hoping that's what it would be.